everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Leanne, and today we are doing Creative Week 35, back with a longer-ish video for you this week. Finally, some of you have been missing them. So, I've never had this happen ever, but one of my signatures came out of my journal, but I think I accidentally cut the binding when I was doing some stuff, so that was my bad. It's never happened to me before, but it's a quick fix, so it was okay. So I'm just rebinding this into my journal, and I had a lot of excess string. I just left them super long. It's not something I normally do, but I decided to do that. And I had ripped one of the Tomoe River paper pages, so I just stuck a bit of washi tape on it. And it was all good. So I got these mini calendars from Planning with Kay on Etsy. I had ordered a few stickers from her. They were pretty affordable. She does bullet journaling stickers, and I had gotten these along with a crystal theme and a space theme, I think. So I decided to use it as on my calendar page to see when the dates were, because I'm constantly forgetting what the date was. I can usually remember what day of the week something happened on, but I have trouble with the actual date. So I thought that would be helpful. Here I'm just trying to find what 11 I want to use, and I'm going through all kinds of my Courtney Little Raven ink printables from her Patreon. And I decided on one. The design I wanted, I had already used the 11, and I just didn't feel like finding it on my computer and printing more, so I just went with it. Then I sorted out these ones and put them into my baggies. I store them based on numbers so that it's easier to find the number I'm looking for. So that's what I was finishing doing there. Here I'm just going through some photos that I still need to journal about. So yeah. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to put the paint on this card here. This is just a little insert that's into my journal. And I'm going to start working on that. What you saw me use before on the previous page with a little bit of mermaid marker that you missed. This is a label from a bottle of wine. My aunt bought me a cool bottle of wine, and when I was in the store while I was house sitting, I saw the same one she had bought, so I bought it, drank it, and ripped the label off so I could use it in my journal. And it was delicious. So, I'm working on this page still, more mermaid marker. I'm loving those gray colors, and I'm just really trying to document these backlog of photos that I have to journal with. I'm using more mermaid marker in this gorgeous squid ink color. It's like a blue, and doing the smushing technique like watercolor on there. Then I decided to work in my Swatch journal. Still so far behind on swatches, but I thought I would throw a little clip in here for you guys because I like watching swatches. So, this page I was just swatching out all of my Tim Holtz Distress paints that I have. You'll very easily be able to tell what my favorite color palette to work in is. It's the Cools. It's like all green and blue and gray with a few like a yellow and pink or whatever. So just doing that, and almost done. Gold, of course, the bronze. Just writing down the names in the ballpoint pen, and almost done. It's really tricky because I'm impatient and I have to like not clog up my pen with the wet paint, but I just can't wait. I just can't. Also, do you guys swatch out the white? Like, I always want to swatch out the white so that I know I have the white, but it's kind of pointless because your paper's white. Yeah. So let me know. Do you swatch out the white? It's a curious question. So yeah, I did my distress paint, and like I said, I still have a lot to swatch in the book, but you know, I have no idea where I went. Where did I go? Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is the artist card that I made for Brie this round. There isn't a video this time because my file got corrupted, but I somehow had managed to save the outro. So I had done a forest drawing and then cut it up into fragments, and I called it Fall Fragments, and it's glued onto a piece of acetate. I really like how it came out, and I wanted to share it with you guys, even though I couldn't give you the full video on how I did it, but it was a different card and I really enjoyed doing it. And then this is a little shot of my backyard right after I made the fall card. It was our first snow of the year, which I thought was funny because that means winter. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that clip in there for you guys. It's the view out my window above my desk. And the snow is coming down. It is all melted, thank goodness, but yeah. So anyway, this is me with my glass of wine, as you can see, cutting up this vellum sheet. I got a Tim Holtz vellum paper pack. There were like 12 sheets in it, and one of them came with these cool 3x4 designs, which I thought was cool. So I'm cutting those up, and I'll use some in my journal and some in the journals that I make. But I wanted to play with those. I actually didn't use them in this journaling session, but I plan to. This is a vintage envelope that I tried to bind into a journal, but it just wouldn't come apart. The glue was too good. So I'm going to use it in my journal as a pocket. Even though it's not an envelope pocket. I'm going to make it a pocket anyway. It was destined to become a pocket. So, last week I had taken a screenshot of the weather on my phone, and it was going to be in the low 40s, and there was a day in the 30s, I think. When little did I know that it would get to like 14 degrees, but you know, I was like, yeah, summer's definitely over, and I'm definitely not in denial anymore. That's for sure. So, what am I doing here? I am pulling out some ledger paper to make a journaling insert. Obviously, in my journal. I wanted to fill up that clear pocket there with some ledger paper. There is writing on the back of this piece, which I thought would make a cool like background, some added interest to it. So I'm journaling a screenshot of a text conversation that I had with my friends. He said something that really made me laugh. And then just doing my usual, going back and forth between the pages, you know, putting different things on. I felt like sticking the number 12 down. I don't know why, but I just wanted to put it on that page. And I don't care that it doesn't have any known significance. It's just cool. And I like numbers. I also forgot that the mermaid marker would react with water, especially because that's Tomoe River paper and it never truly dries. So I really blended that 12 in there. Like, for sure. Here I'm just going through some Tim Holtz ephemera and adding pieces. Of course, I love that eye. So I'm going to put that there, and I used some tickets, I think. And I really wanted to put something behind this eye, and I went through, like, every possible option, I think, like, 4 times. And I just was so indecisive. And, of course, I went with my first choice. So just always go with your first choice. On tests, it works for everything in life. Go with your first gut instinct, because it's probably correct. Not always, but most of the time. So here, going with that yellow sun. Behind the eyeball, and it's stapling an acetate L on there, refueling. I'm using this eye. I made it like a playing card because I love playing cards. If you don't know what that is, I made a printable for my Etsy shop that you guys can buy for just a few dollars and download and use over and over again. So if you're interested in that, my Etsy is linked below. Here I switched to my pen pal journal while I was waiting for that to dry. And I'm gluing this beautiful napkin down that I got in some Happy Mail. I still need to write her back a letter, but I wanted to start journaling about what she sent me so that I was kind of getting my brain going in that direction. So I glued that gorgeous napkin down, and then I'm using some of that vellum that you saw me cutting up earlier and making a pocket to put her letter in once I answer it. So I thought that would be pretty snazzy. So I'm just washing that on, and of course setting that aside to dry. Now I'm pulling out my bullet journal, and I don't have anything on my moments page, so I'm collaging some of my printable things and my brand sticker, Creative Freedom, because I recently sold some journals for the first time, and I was pretty proud of myself, so I thought it would go on the moments page. And just documenting our first snow there. That was a picture of the backyard. Taking out my used up bits there. This is the original of Brie's artist card before I scanned it and cut it up and put it on the acetate. I didn't use the original because I did it on watercolor paper, and Brie doesn't like bulk, so I really try to make everything I send her thin so it doesn't bulk out her journal. So I kept the original, and I actually think the scanned version looked better, so it all worked out. Here I am just layering some more. Those the vintage advertisement I used in the background is also a printable that I put in my Etsy shop. I found these really cool magazines from like the early 1900s, and they had advertisements in them, and I thought it would be super cool to scan them because they're not copyrighted anymore and put them in your journal. So, yeah, did that. Use my date stamp, of course. Now I'm working here on this tip-in. We have had like a serious stink bug problem. Like everywhere I go, there's stink bugs, and it's really not good. Really not good. So, and then when I was house sitting, there was this really strange bug, and I'm like, I like bugs, and I don't even know what the heck this thing was. And it was in her sink, and it really freaked me out. And I wish I had studied it more closely, but I honestly just washed it down the drain because I was really creeped out. Because I didn't know what it was. So yeah, but I took a picture of that. And that's me finishing the pocket there. I had found a quote, I think. I don't really know what it's from because I saw it on Lena's, which is a girl with a journal's Instagram. She had made a journal page about it, so I typed it out on the computer and stuck it in my journal. And I'll read you the quote if I can find it, because I definitely can't see it on the screen. Okay, it says, take a shower, wash off the day, drink a glass of water, make the room dark, lie down, close your eyes, notice the silence. Notice your heart, still fighting, still beating. You made it after all. You made it another day, and you can make it one more. And I just thought it was really cool. It was nice and motivational. And I really just wanted to stick some words in my journal because it had been a while, so that's what I did there. Now I'm making a tag with a photo that I've been meaning to journal with forever. It's just a meme, but I had something specific that I wanted to journal about with it. So here I'm just looking for a piece of paper to tuck behind it because I had stapled it on the tag and made a pocket. So I used some more of that ledger paper that I used in the pocket sleeve and made a tip in there. And this is me using my date stickers again. And and another label from a different printable. I'm not trying to like push them, I swear. I'm just using them because I made them because I like them. Because I wanted to use them. So if you want to use them, that's cool too. And if you don't, really don't worry about it. But anyway, I'm just journaling about what I told you about the weather. And I put main heart. Alright, so this is the end of my creative week. The other day, it was about 45 degrees or so, which was kind of warm, believe it or not. And the sun was out. So I just went down to the ocean after work and journaled a little bit, and it was super cold, but it was a nice moment. So I will leave you here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I'll catch you guys next week. Take care, guys.